Hi everyone, my name is Nikki. I am a Scentsy independent consultant since November of 2013. I decided to start having a YouTube channel in regards to Scentsy just to share information with you, share new products with you. I'm going to do a Tip Tuesday. So lots of great information coming your way, so make sure you subscribe. I know I have, even with some of my clients now, that I've never really shared my story about Scentsy with you. So I just want to take a moment today and do that. So bear with me, I'm not super prepared, but I hope I don't mix my dates up too much, but I'll just kind of give you a run through my experience with Scentsy so far. So in November of 2013, I was in university in Alberta, and there was a lady in my class that used to bring in these big bags of bars, and people would just swarm her. They would swarm her. And my initial reaction was, these people are crazy. But seriously, this is a scent. Like, why are people so obsessed with this? And I continued to watch over the weeks as this continued to happen. I thought, this could be excellent to make some money on the side as I'm a student and could use that cash flow. So lunchtime one day, I went up to Linda and I said, hey, you know what? I want to sign up, do whatever it needs to be done. Here's my credit card. Let's get going. I had never even tried the product. I didn't even know what Scentsy was about as a company. But I knew that I was gonna sign up. I was gonna make some cash. So within a week later, I got my starter kit. I got a couple wax bars and a warmer. There's a bunch of other stuff that comes in your starter kit, but I will discuss that in another video. Anyway, this is the first time I got to try the product, and living in a house with 2 dogs, let me tell you, it was an amazing product. I couldn't smell the wet dog. I couldn't smell any dog anymore, which was refreshing, to say the least. If you have dogs at home, you know what I'm talking about. So tried the product, loved it. I was definitely sold. There's over 80 scents to choose from, which was awesome to me too. Depending on what my mood was, I could pick the scent to go with it. Not even a week after that, I had my lunch party, and I was nervous. I was so nervous. Not because of the public speaking part, because I've been told I'm a social butterfly, and public speaking has never really seemed to bother me, but I was nervous that nobody was going to show up. And my upline explained to me, you know what? If nothing else happens, it's a great experience for you. You'll know what to do for the next party. And so that's how I kind of looked at it. And sure enough, only a quarter of the people who were supposed to come ended up coming. But I did my little spiel. I learned stuff about the products myself that night, and I got over close to $600 in sales, which for 2 hours of work I thought was pretty great. And so then I kind of just used Scentsy as a hobby. I was selling it as a hobby. I had some people in my life who explained to me that they felt it was a hobby, not a career. And I was working 60, 70 hours a week with home care, and I really didn't have the time or effort or energy, I thought, at that point to put into it. And so to me, it was a hobby. I got my stuff out of it usually at half price or discount, because I put a bulk order in once a month, and that was awesome for me. I was getting a discount on my products, and everyone else was getting what they wanted, and that was all I was really looking for, I guess, at that point. Still making a paycheck every month off it, but just running it as a hobby. That kind of changed when I moved across the country. I moved from Western Canada to Eastern Canada, which is where I'm from, in September of 2014. So I did get work right away, which was great, but I wasn't getting hours. And I still had bills to pay. I had my car payment, my cell phone bill. I had bills coming, and I wasn't making any money. Luckily, my Scentsy continued. I have some great clients throughout the country, and they continue to order, and I continue to get paid. And that made my car payment. That made my grocery bill. Like, if I didn't have Scentsy for those few months, I'm not sure where my money would have came from. So I felt very, very blessed to have Scentsy as part of my life at that point. So that was in September. So I began to take the business a little more seriously. I put more than 3 hours a week in just Facebook time on. I actually started to talk to people about it. I started to just take it a little more seriously than I was, but still running it as a hobby. About 3 weeks ago, I made the decision to go to Spring Spirit. So Spring Spirit is kind of like a conference for Scentsy. They do them, I think, 5 or 6 different places across Canada and all throughout the States. And I was really nervous going up. I knew nobody going. I drove 8 hours in a snowstorm to get there. And previous to this, I've always heard people talk about, oh, Scentsy's a family, you know, and my thoughts were, sure, yeah, we're a family until the time comes that you need help, right? And my reason for that was because I never really associated with anybody else from Scentsy, and made assumptions, and my assumptions were absolutely wrong. They were absolutely wrong. Even though after September I took my business seriously, a little more seriously. I still wouldn't say 100% serious, but I was taking it a little more seriously. I still always had the thought in the back of my head that, everyone knows about Scentsy now, and I'm from a small town now, and it's not going to be that easy for me to get the stuff. And my thought process wasn't great. I always had an excuse. I always had a reason why. So I decided I was going to go to Spring Spirit, and I posted on my group page, hey, is anybody else going? Because I am going off my own, and I would love to meet with some of you people, so I wasn't going to be there by myself, even though I didn't know them. And this one lovely lady, I'm not going to mention her name, but if you're watching this, I'm sure you know who you are, offered for me to stay in the room with her and her team, so I didn't have to pay for a room of my own, which I thought was amazing. They didn't know me. They didn't have to stretch their hand out and help me, and they did. And that was the first real sense of Scentsy family that I got. And then, on top of the training that we got throughout the day at Spring Spirit, which was amazing. Thank you so much, Scentsy, for putting that on every year. The training was mind-blowing. It really was. If you're on my Facebook and you were on that day, I must have posted 15 posts about how great the training was. Sorry for spamming your Facebook that day, but I was really generally mind-blown by the training that we got. And if I had went the previous year, it would have made a world of difference in my business. It would have. And not only the training, but the other reps, the other consultants that I met there were so friendly. They were willing. They really were a family. And it was the first time I really got to experience the Scentsy family, and it was great. Ignore that noise. That's just my dog. I apologize. Anyway, so this lady that let me stay in the room with them, that stretched her hand out to me, she is also from a small town. She joined Scentsy a month before I did, and she took the business more serious than I did. She didn't run it so much as a hobby, and she ended up closing her own hair salon of 11 years, and she has a huge team under her now. And that was mind-boggling to me, because our thought process was different. I had excuses, and she had determination. And that just shows the difference between what could happen in your company. So when I left Spring Spirit, well, one of the first things in the morning that we were asked, Jeff, who's our main guy in Canada here, said, if there was no reason why you couldn't, what would your goals be for this year? If nothing was in your way, what would your goals be? And one of my goals was to be, I'm going to make the incentive trip this year. I'm going to make it. I'm going to get that free trip. I'm going to earn it. I'm going to fight for it. And what I realized was that if I had pushed in the last few months that I was with Scentsy, I could have made the cutoff. I would have made what I needed for this past incentive trip. I was close. And if I had fought for it, I would have got it. And that was crazy to me. I just threw away a free trip for no reason. So I made a decision when I was at Spring Spirit a year and a half after selling Scentsy that this was my goal for this year. I am going to get that free trip. And my attitude changed, and I didn't think of excuses as to why I couldn't make it. My thought process is I'm just going to make it, and whatever I have to do to make that happen, I'm going to do. I started putting a lot more time into my company. Not like 30, 40 hours a week, but I'm putting more time in now. And it's not just time on Facebook, not just posting stuff, which is still great, but I'm actually making a connection with people. I'm going out of my way to meet them. I'm making samples. So if I don't have your address and you want monthly samples, please send it to me. You can either send it to my email or inbox me on Facebook, or if you go to my Scentsy page, which is nikkimacp.scentsy.ca, there's an option there to email me. Email me your address, and I will send you out samples every month. So I started doing that, and my business has drastically changed this month. It has drastically changed for the better, and I am so excited about it. I'm so excited to watch it grow. I am so excited to see where I'm going to be in 2 months from now, where I'm going to be in 4 months from now, and I'm going to be so excited when I earn that trip at the end of the year. It is possible. It's all in the way of that you think. It really is, and that was proven to me time and time again, and I wasn't willing to listen, and now I am listening. I know what my goal is. I hope my team knows what their goals are for this year, and I hope that they push forward to get it as well. But I'm excited, and that's kind of my story. I hope you enjoyed it. But also, if you have any questions about anything Scentsy related, please make sure to comment, and I will try my best to get them answered. If I don't know the answer, I will find that answer out for you. So that's kind of it for my story. I hope you all have a great day. Bye now.